We need y'all to get down. We need y'all to get down. Hey, yo, we need you to... We got him. I got him.
After the deaths at Astroworld, Travis Scott shuts down his show to calm a rowdy crowd.
My brother, just make sure you're okay though, my brother.
It's low-key at the night show.
And an iconic artist collapses mid-concert. Plus, Noah Cyrus on overcoming addiction.
You left a hole in my chest.
What caused her habit and the low that led to her lasting change.
I also struggle with heavy anxiety and depression.
Kim Kardashian and Northwest take Paris Fashion Week, but the 9-year-old has some questions.
Why do you have to wait for us all the time?
ET's The Download starts now. We begin with the murder trial for the man accused of killing Grammy Award-winning rapper Nipsey Hussle. Eric Holder is likely headed to prison.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Eric Ronald Holder, Jr., guilty of the crime of first-degree murder.
The 32-year-old was charged for gunning down the musician outside of his LA clothing store back in 2019. He was also found guilty of 2 counts of attempted voluntary manslaughter after 2 bystanders were injured during the shooting. And the jury deliberated for about 6 hours in total before reaching a verdict. Now, prosecutors argued that Holder's attack on the LA-based rapper was calculated and premeditated. He's facing life in prison and will be sentenced at a later date. Nipsey was rising to stardom with his first studio album, Victory Lap, just a year before he passed.
This time around, I'ma make it clear. Spoke some things into the universe and they appear.
A real soldier, somebody that light is gonna spread on the world forever. He touched so many people, come from hip hop. I mean, he should have got this while he was alive.
He felt like a brother to me. Like when my dad talked to him, we're a very private family. I know we're in the entertainment business, but it's not too many people that came in our family circle that felt like family. That's what Nipsey was.
And for those that knew Nipsey Hussle personally, you knew he had nothing but love for every gang member from Southern California. When you make music and you come from the dirt, one thing about a neighborhood, we're gonna respect another man from another neighborhood, even if he ain't from our neighborhood, if he come from where we come from. You are a peace advocate, Nip. That's what you are.
The late rapper leaves behind 2 children, including a son with actress Lauren London.
My pain is for my 2-year-old that probably won't remember how much his dad loved him.
Moving on to Travis Scott, putting a performance on pause amid a crowd safety scare. Now, the concert chaos happened at a 4th of July concert at Coney Island. According to TMZ, the rapper was performing an impromptu set with Meek Mill when several concert goers climbed up a metal lighting structure. As soon as Travis spotted the fans, he immediately stopped the show.
Yo, respectfully, you guys got to get down from it, because that collapse is going to be a bad vibe. We do not need that right now. My brother, just make sure you're okay though, my brother.
A spokesperson for Travis tells ET he is committed to doing his part to ensure events are as safe as possible so that fans can have fun. Travis still faces multiple lawsuits following November's Astroworld concert tragedy. 10 people were killed in a massive crowd surge. The rapper was scheduled to headline the Day in Vegas festival in September, which would have been his first headlining event since Astroworld, but the show was canceled for logistical reasons. And scary moments at a Carlos Santana concert after the legendary guitarist collapsed on stage. The Grammy winner was in the middle of his set in Michigan on Tuesday when he sat down on a drum riser, then fell backward.
That's weird. He must be hot or dizzy and he needs to sit. Then all of a sudden he started slumping and he fell.
Where's the EMS? There they are.
An eyewitness tells ET temperatures reached 90 degrees the day of the show and that the paramedics were working with Santana for at least 30 minutes before they got him up. When they did, he seemed to be in good spirits, conscious and waving to fans as he was wheeled off the stage. But turns out, the 74-year-old was suffering from heat exhaustion and dehydration. Santana's publicist tells ET that he was taken to the ER for observation and is doing well. The musician, who had emergency heart surgery in December, wrote on Facebook that he forgot to eat and drink water and says he's taking it easy after the on-stage scare. Santana is currently on tour alongside Earth, Wind & Fire. Tonight's show in Pennsylvania has been postponed. Now on to Hayden Panettiere's heartbreaking confession. She was once addicted to drugs and alcohol. Hayden says the opioid drug use started when she was just 15. She claims people on her team gave her, quote, happy pills to make her peppy in interviews, and it led to years of drug abuse that became so severe she nearly suffered liver failure. The 32-year-old actress tells GMA and People Mag it got even worse in 2014 following the birth of her daughter when she battled postpartum depression.
Where did you turn to for support?
The bottom of a bottle. I didn't have any negative feelings towards my child. I just knew I was deeply depressed.
In 2018, she made the tough decision to send her daughter to the Ukraine to live with her dad, Hayden's ex, Vladimir Klitschko, so that she could seek treatment.
I felt like I was walking blind, and there was nobody there that was really able to support me in the way that I needed to be supported. And I don't like to ask for help either. You know, I want to be that strong, stoic woman.
It turned out to be the right decision. She spent time in the hospital to be treated for jaundice and then 8 months in rehab to face her demons.
How are you today?
I'm good. It's an everyday battle. I'm grateful to say that I'm sober today.
And Hayden will soon be back at work in Scream 6, where she'll revive the character Kirby Reed.
I called them up myself and was like, so you guys don't happen to want to bring Kirby back, do you? I did. I wanted to be in it that badly. I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed.
All right, here's another surprise, guys. Noah Cyrus is in recovery too, and has been for almost 2 years.
Don't wanna be young and sad another day longer.
In a new interview with Rolling Stone, the singer opens up about her addiction to Xanax, which she says began when she was 18. She tells the mag, quote, my boyfriend at the time was the first person that gave me a Xanax, and it became a way for us to bond. While Noah doesn't mention the boyfriend by name, we do know she was dating rapper Lil Xan at the time, who since rebranded as Diego.
Got a lot of feelings for her.
Okay, so are we in love? Like, what's happening? Yes.
Of course we're in
Obsessed
love.
with him.
I'm obsessed
He's
with
my
her.
best friend.
But in late 2018, the two split, and Noah told E.T. she saw their time together as a learning experience.
I learned a lot about relationships in the past few years. There's obviously ups and downs to a relationship, and I also struggle with heavy anxiety and depression, and that's pretty hard.
Noah also admits she was constantly surrounded by people with easy access to the pills, and recalls a dark time when she nearly fell asleep during a TV interview. She says, I was completely nodding off and unable to keep my head up or my eyes open because I was so far gone. By the time the pandemic hit in 2020, Noah's struggles were at their worst. So much so that they got in the way of her getting to say goodbye to her grandmother, who died later that year. That's when Noah says she made the decision to get help.
It's like, Noah, just take the time to work on yourself and make yourself happy.
And it was music that really seemed to dig Noah out of what she calls a bottomless pit.
I never needed you like I do right now.
She channeled her feelings into her first album, The Hardest Part, which will drop on September 16th, less than 2 years after earning a Best New Artist nomination at the Grammys.
I'm afraid of change. Guess that's why we stay the same.
We all need to just live in this moment. That's just something that I am so grateful for, and I'm just so blessed to be here.
Meanwhile, Queen Elizabeth is taking a bigger step back from her official duties. In May, Her Majesty missed the opening of Parliament due to episodic mobility problems. She even missed some of the events during her Platinum Jubilee after experiencing some discomfort at the Trooping of the Colour. And now, in the palace's Sovereign Grant report released last week, the list of duties she must fulfill as head of state has been removed, which means the Queen can attend to what she can, while Prince Charles, the future king, fills in for his 96-year-old mother. Prince William is expected to take on more responsibility as well. Now, this is the first time in more than a decade that there's been a formal change to the Queen's duties, and the biggest clue yet that the Crown is looking to the future.
Because we are seeing the monarchy enter a mode of transition. We have an aging monarch. The Queen is now 96 years old. Prince Charles will turn 74 this year. I think William recognises that his father can, through age alone, only really be a transitional king. I think in terms of the future of the monarchy, William is so key to all of it.
Meanwhile, William's wife, Kate Middleton, can add a new skill set to her resume: photographer. The much-snapped royal stepped behind the camera to capture her mother-in-law Camilla for the cover of Country Life magazine. In honor of the royal's 75th birthday, the Duchess of Cornwall guest-edited the issue and commissioned the other Duchess to capture the cover image. Very nice there. Now on to American royalty, Kim Kardashian making her big debut at Paris Fashion Week. There she is, walking in the Balenciaga show in a skin-tight asymmetrical gown with attached gloves. Her heels are built into her leggings too. And Kim couldn't be more excited, sharing the major moment on Instagram. She was in good company. Dua Lipa was on the catwalk too, along with Bella Hadid, Naomi Campbell, Nicole Kidman, and Selling Sunset star Christine Quinn. But the real scene stealer was Kim's 9-year-old daughter, North, who's been looking chic all week and gave the photographers outside a piece of her mind.
Travaille, mon garçon. Voilà.
Why do you have to wait for us all the time?
Because you're so famous, we love you, nerd.
I'm sure Kim got some catwalk tips from her supermodel sister Kendall Jenner, who, by the way, may or may not be embracing that single life. A source tells ET that Kendall and her ex NBA pro Devin Booker are hanging out after their split last month. The source adds they are in a good place right now. They spent 4th of July weekend in the Hamptons together and had a really fun time. And despite what people may think, Kendall and Devin still have a lot of love for each other.
It's not always easy, but I don't know, I like to keep my private life pretty private. So I try my best, but at the same time, I don't like to let being seen out in public with someone affect my everyday life.
Last month, multiple sources told us that Kendall and Devin were still going their separate ways because Kendall feels like they're on different paths. However, the source did say that there was a possibility that they could get back together.
You know, we learn, and again, our boundaries may change one day, depending on the situation, but yeah.
Now on to Kendall's other big sister, Khloe Kardashian, who just confessed she's got a crush.
You have a crush?
Yes.
Can I see your crush, please?
Coco fakes this out a little bit. Her crush is her 4-year-old daughter, True. But I mean, can you blame her?
Exactly.
It's giving bad bitch. Never ever play me like I'm average.
Average? Never. Now we know Khloe has officially ended things with True's dad, Tristan Thompson, when it was revealed that he cheated again.
Everything is an act of betrayal. Everything is a lie. Everything is manipulation. The entire thing is despicable.
Yeah, but don't worry, you guys, because Khloe is doing just fine in the romance department. A source told ET last month that she's dating someone new. Now, his identity is unknown, but the source says the mystery man is a private equity investor that Kim introduced her to at a dinner party. All in all, Khloe is in a good headspace and things are going well for her.
That's the goal, is finding someone to do nothing with. It's the best, because you don't
do
want
everything with.
A new group of singles are looking for their special someone to sit around and do nothing with. The twist, they're perfect strangers. Married at First Sight is back tonight, and for the first time, it's headed to the West Coast.
San Diego is filled with sunshine, beaches, and attractive men who never want to grow up.
You got this, Mitch?
I had literally never heard of Married at First Sight.
I am freaking out right now.
Had horrible dating experiences, awful luck at love, so I was hoping that this would be it.
Let's break it down by the numbers. It's season 15, and we'll see 10 singles take the plunge in tonight's premiere of Married at First Sight on Lifetime. After 2 months of marriage, they'll decide if they want to stay married or get divorced. We won't spoil anything, but we can tell you things start strong.
First impression of my wife at the house, I was just like, damn.
I was like, he looks very familiar, and that's all I'll say.
I want to throw up, pass out. I just want to get this over with and meet my husband.
Why didn't anybody talk me out of this?
I'm waiting at the altar now, and I'm really hoping that Shrek doesn't come down the aisle.
Come on, Shrek is so lovable though. Plus that's like the point of the whole show, right? All right guys, Stranger Things fans may be hoping to see Joyce and Hopper walk down the aisle in season 5, but right now they can't seem to get enough of season 4.
Hawkins will fall.
My friends need me.
You're not ready.
Just days after the final 2 episodes debuted, Netflix says it's now become their second ever series to rack up over 1 billion hours viewed. The little Easter egg for fans, David Harbour, is revealing a very 80s connection to the Stranger Things universe. In an Instagram post, he shared, "This sword, used by Hopper in an epic season finale fight scene, was also used by the Ultimate Warrior Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1982's Conan the Barbarian." David said it was a tremendous honor to wield the iconic weapon. And from on-set secrets to a potential prequel, David Harbour says Euphoria star Jacob Elordi is his choice anyway for a younger version of the beloved Hawkins Sheriff. He told GQ, "Jacob could pull off being as handsome as I was at 20. Now, we do know the Duffer Brothers are developing at least one Stranger Things spin-off that they say will be 1,000% different from the original. Something else fans are excited to see, the new movie Amsterdam from writer and director David O. Russell. Talk about A-list, Taylor Swift, Margot Robbie, Christian Bale, Rami Malek, and more. The crime epic follows three friends who film themselves at the center of a secret plot. Here's your first look.
So, two soldiers and a nurse found ourselves in
Amsterdam.
We formed a pact, and we swore to protect each other, no matter what. We find ourselves in a situation where we're accused of killing someone, which is not true.
This is all turning out to be a lot larger than any of us.
I'm about to do something that could cost me my life. Oh, that's fast. That is advanced.
Ooh, that looks good. The movie comes out in theaters on November 4th. Another film with a star-studded cast, The Woman King, starring Oscar winner Viola Davis as a female warrior, and E.T. was on the set in South Africa.
Fight or we die. Naniska is the general of the Agojia tribe. The girls they couldn't, control, and they became soldiers. The Europeans wish to conquer us. Some things are worth fighting for. When I started the martial arts, I was like, I'm 56, I'm a woman, I can't take down this dude, I can't do this, I can't do that, and then suddenly I could.
Yeah.
I saw my possibilities. To be a warrior, you must kill your tears.
It took star and producer Viola Davis over 6 years to bring the true story of The Woman King to the screen. The movie, that hits theaters September 16th, includes John Boyega from Star Wars, Captain Marvel's Lashana Lynch, and E.T.'s own Tondo Glomo, who sat down exclusively with the cast on set for us.
I think you draw so much inspiration from your dad for this character.
Yeah, I'm like, how can I easily tap into this, Big Daddy energy?
Big Daddy energy?
Yeah, I said it.
Oh, dang it, I'm sick of you.
Bradley Cooper and Carey Mulligan are nearly unrecognizable in costume while filming the Netflix movie Maestro in New York City. In the film, both actors are aged up and aged down to tell the life story of legendary composer Leonard Bernstein, who was openly gay but married to a woman. No release date yet, but we do know Bradley is directing for the first time since A Star is Born. Despite that being his first directing job, the movie was nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars in 2019. E.T. spoke with him that same year about all the accolades.
It's vulnerable, writing, co-writing and telling a story and directing it. Yeah, I had no idea what was going to happen. I just knew that I had to try.
All right, guys, still ahead, we're chatting with actress Rebecca Rittenhouse, who's unleashing her psychic powers in a new romantic comedy.
I just want what everybody wants, really, at the end of the day. We all go through that experience, right? Where you're like, maybe this thing that I thought was meant to be isn't meant to be.
And it's Beyoncé's Renaissance, the new record she just shattered with her new single. ET's The Download. We'll be right back.
Release the stress, release the love, forget the rest. I'm gonna down my hair, 'cause I lost my mind.
Well, she's lost her mind, but she's breaking records. Today, Beyonce has joined the elite company of Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, according to Forbes. They're the only 3 artists in history to have at least 20 top 10 hits. Beyonce has Break My Soul to thank. The lead single off her upcoming album Renaissance, out July 29th, hit number 7 on Billboard's Hot 100 this week.
And I am quite gangster, I should say.
Back and I'm sleeping real good at night.
Moving on to Rebecca Rittenhouse, who's channeling her inner psychic in the new Hulu comedy Maggie, out today. She plays a 30-something who can see her romantic future, which you'd think would make dating easier, right? Well, as E.T.'s Danny DeRecto found out, not so much.
Your character is a psychic, but she also has some trouble navigating the present.
I'm not supposed to see my own future. This never happened before.
I was married with a kid. No way. You have to like talk to people to get married.
So how would you describe how Maggie's visions of the future kind of affect her present, though, and like the things that and the relationships she's trying to pursue?
Well, she assumes she knows a lot of things that, you know, she often finds out she's wrong later on, you know, especially when it comes to Ben, who is her love interest in the pilot, and then she thinks she sees them ending up together, but then she has another vision. So it's like she's only getting bits and pieces. She kind of uses her abilities as an excuse not to really be in her life and in the present moment. And it's like, well, sometimes like your life is just the experience of living it, and you got to be there, and you can't be so afraid of making mistakes or being with the wrong person. I just want what everybody wants, really, at the end of the day.
To unhook our bras and eat noodles over the trash.
There's this tight-knit group of close friends, too, that she, you know, starts to develop, too. How much fun was it to film with this cast? It looked like you guys have been friends for, like, years.
Yeah. And Nicole Sakura and I really clicked right off the bat.
She's hilarious, by the way.
I feel like her performance reminds me of Lisa Kudrow in Friends. Like she's got
Phoebe.
a bit of a Phoebe vibe,
yes!
right?
Oh my God.
I think she's hysterical.
Okay, so if she's a Phoebe, Maggie is the...
Sometimes I feel like Maggie's got a little bit of Chandler in her. I'm not gonna lie.
Kind of like the self-deprecating.
Yeah,
doesn't
maybe
take
a little
things too
cynical.
Right.
You know.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
I love that. So, can we talk about Maggie's fashion a little bit in the
Oh,
show?
yes, let's.
I mean, it's really good.
It's good,
it must have been
right?
fun for you to get dressed up, right?
Oh my gosh. So Pam Chilton, who was the costume designer, and I had the best time. I wear a lot of vintage. She pulled a lot of stuff from the Fox Vault, and they, you know, because of Ryan Murphy, they had some like really cool stuff from the 90s. So I wear a lot of vintage 90s belts and jackets. I wear this really cool leather fringe jacket from the 90s, and I also wear this dress in the prom episode that's one of a kind. It's vintage. It's incredible.
You pulling some Scream Queen stuff too? Like just stuff from the Ryan Murphy collection?
We pulled everything we could. She was like, I kind of feel guilty. I was like, no.
How fun is that? Okay, so Maggie ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. Now, without giving it away, what was your reaction when you first read that?
But I don't want to give anything away, but it's sort of like what we're rooting for, you know? And I think it's so good because you have this arc of like where Maggie accepts that maybe the person that she was hoping to be with, or that she felt she was destined to be with, like, you know, we all go through that experience, right? Where you're like, maybe this thing that I thought was meant to be isn't meant to be, and I'm gonna move forward. But then there's a twist.
There's a twist. Then there's a twist.
I mean, I was excited. That is life. I did not see that coming.
Well, family is forever, and so is Ray J's new tattoo. Yup, he got a giant portrait of his sister's face on his thigh. So I guess Jack Harlow has no excuse now.
Who's Ray J's sister?
Oh my God!
Who's Ray J's sister?
Yo, fact, he's serious.
He's serious. No, that's... Yo, he's 24.
I didn't know they were siblings. Who is it?
Yeah.
You didn't know Brandy and Ray J are siblings? Yes!
Wow.
Nobody's ever told me that in my life.
All jokes aside, we know the tat is just one piece of Ray J's grand vision. On Instagram, the singer shared he's getting his entire leg done in a quote-unquote holy theme featuring family, scripture, and positive affirmations, and he wanted to start off with his best friend. Now, Brandy seems just as shocked as we all are, posting "bro" in the comments with a handful of hearts. I mean, is that what we have to start doing now? Am I going to have to get Denny and Cassie tattooed on my back? Because I'll do it. It's gonna cost us, but I'm gonna do it. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for us today. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for a new episode of ET's The Download. Bye.